Today I'm going to take a crack at predicting Dogecoin's future prices. It obviously comes with a caveat, don't trade based solely on this, do your own research, I'm just a dumb internet speculator. Continue on with that knowledge in mind. So in the old Dogecoin market / altcoin market, you couldn't just buy Dogecoin at Robinhood or Coinbase or something like that. Instead, you'd have to buy Bitcoin, probably through either Coinbase or local Bitcoins or some sort of market like that, and then you would register at an exchange, say BTC-E or Cryptopia or something like that. Note that both of those exchanges that I mentioned are actually now defunct, and then you would trade that Bitcoin for Doge. So because of that, Dogecoin, even though it was often measured in its value compared to the dollar, it was really more tied to Bitcoin because you were never buying it with the dollar, you were buying it with Bitcoin. So therefore, Doge would independently fluctuate, but it would also be tied to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin went way up or way down, Dogecoin by nature would also go up or down, just to a lesser extent. And then also, say someone tweeted out about Dogecoin, even though Bitcoin might not be affected, Dogecoin could go up, but it was still measured in how many Dogecoins you could buy for a Bitcoin. So in that sense, it was very much tied to the market. Now, in today's market, that's not necessarily the case. I don't know how much Dogecoin is being traded against Bitcoin versus just traded against the US dollar. So it may or may not still be heavily tied to Bitcoin. However, because it's still a cryptocurrency, it is still in the long term affected by the crypto markets. So I'm going to get into that in just a second here. Now, since Dogecoin is still a crypto, regardless of how close the tie is between the Bitcoin price and the Dogecoin price is in the short term, it will still be tied to the cryptocurrency market as a whole, regards to whether it goes good or bad. So say Bitcoin went to zero, chances are Doge is going to go to zero really, really fast. But more likely, at least in my opinion, is that cryptocurrencies continue to rise, and with that, Doge also rises. This is, however, more in the long term. I'm going to get to my overall speculation here in just a moment, but this information that I've just given is useful in understanding my thought process on why I come to these conclusions, so you can make your own conclusions regardless of what I actually end up saying. So in the short term here, sorry to everyone saying Dogecoin to the moon, but I expect Dogecoin to correct and go down. Now, it's probably not to the prices it was before it hit this huge bump, but it is probably going to be much lower than it currently is. Right now, it's probably right around 6 cents. This obviously depends on when this video goes up, because if in a few days it goes way up or way down, that's going to change. But ultimately, it's been between 4 and 8 cents for a while now, and I expect it to go down. It could go down to 2 cents or 1 cent, or if it gets really bad, it could go way down even beyond that. But I expect it to probably be, a cent or two after everything dies down in, say, probably 2 to 6 months time. And at that point, it'll probably just kind of stabilize at that price and continue on for a while. In the long term, however, I'm actually thinking it'll do much better. You see, Dogecoin was a very early cryptocurrency, and even though it doesn't have any technological benefits over Bitcoin, it does actually have value in the sense that it was early, and we all seem to have decided that it has value. Take example, Dash. Monero replaced Dash's privacy function a long while back, so Dash, especially with the pre-mine, shouldn't have inherent value, at least compared to if you were to clone it and put it on the market. However, it was early, so it always seems to have value. Now that value has dropped a bit, so that is notable, but something like Dash or Dogecoin or something like that, it was early, it was invested in by the people who were initially adopting cryptocurrency, and that alone really causes it to hold value. So in the future, since I expect Dogecoin to stick around, and I expect crypto to continue to rise at an unknown rate, it could be slow, it could be fast, it could have dips along the way, I don't know, but since I expect Bitcoin and Doge and all cryptocurrencies in the long run, or I guess I shouldn't say all cryptocurrencies, sorry, but most cryptocurrencies, including just about every one of the big ones, since I expect them to all rise, I do expect Dogecoin to continue to rise, probably well beyond what it is now in the long term, if cryptocurrency as a whole continues to rise. And again, though I expect that, I obviously can't guarantee that, and I very well acknowledge that I could be very wrong and it could go very down. That said, Dogecoin at $1 could, at least in my opinion, be very possible in, say, 10 years, even though I expect it in 6 months to be well below what it is right now. So overall, I guess that's my predictions on Doge. Debate me in the comments, disagree with me, whatever. This is my speculation, and I'm putting out my reasoning for my speculation, so that hopefully you can piece together your opinion and maybe come out with this either more entertained or learning something new or just having enjoyed the awesome background music. Anyway, regardless, thanks for watching.